सोहणिया सुन ले मेरी दिल दियां गल्लां करांगे नाल नाल बैठ के अख नाल अख नूं मिला के दिल दियां गल्लां करांगे रोज रोज बैठ के सच्चियां मुहब्बतां निभा के सताए मैनू क्यों दिखाए मैनू क्यों सके रुसा के दिल दिया गल्लां करांगे नाल नाल
Good morning, Veena ji.
Good morning. मैं गाना सुनती हूँ मैं मस्त हो जाती हूँ.
I know, I love this song. It's so nice.
Beautiful song and very well sung. And हमारा theme भी है दिल दियां गल्लां.
Yep.
Which you have chosen.
Absolutely. Heart to heart.
So welcome friends. As you all know that today is a few days before Mother's Day, and I want to say Namaste, Sat Shri Akal, welcome, Salam Alaikum, Jai Shri Krishna, and hello to all our friends wherever you are, all over the world. And I have my friend here, Nupur, from
Queen's Curry Kitchen.
Queen's Curry Kitchen, and I just know her as Nupur mostly. That's why my friend for a very long time. And आपको मैं बताना चाहती हूँ कि हमने ये प्रोग्राम almost 3 years ago शुरू किया था.
July 2020 में शुरू किया.
18th May.
Oh, May, yes, not July, May.
Yeah, May 2020, yes.
20, in the middle of the pandemic.
Middle of the pandemic, after a few weeks or a couple of months or something. So, you know, we started and I talked to her. I said, Nupur ek proposition hai, kisne just told me. So what shall we do? So shall we do it or not? She said, yes, let's start on Monday.
Let's do it.
It was a Friday. I said, wow, that's quick. She said, yes.
Flyer भी बन गया, program भी शुरू हो गया और इतनी बड़ी drive भी grow कर गई. Thanks to Veena ji's consistent efforts. उसके बिना तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं होना था. So Veena ji, you have made it whatever it is.
3 years काफी time होता है, लेकिन we made it, you know. So I want to, and I also, this is a reminder, I want to thank everybody for all the beautiful, wonderful wishes that I got yesterday from everybody on the phone, on text, WhatsApp, Facebook, blah, 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 just go on and on. Live, I mean.
On behalf of all those people who wished you, I'm going to wish you on the air, happy belated birthday, Veena ji. God bless you with lots of health and happiness. You are truly a builder of bridges. And you have connected so many people in this world and in this community. I'm truly thankful for your presence because you do all the things that you do for so many people and you do it right from your heart. So I absolutely admire that about you. It's not easy, but you do it over and over and over again and you win my heart every time. So God bless you for all the efforts that you put in. You truly value relationships and you understand what true friends are. And I appreciate that about you.
No, thank you so much. I know you're one of my extremely close friend, and you know, like
you're very special for me too, and I really appreciate your presence in my life.
Thank you so much. And I brought a lot of people in my life. I brought a lot of people in your life, so we got to know a lot of people through each other.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's another good thing, benefit of meeting like that. And I also want to quickly mention that हमारे जो आती हैं friends, हमारी friend आशा दुआ हैं, उनके बेटे का आज जन्मदिन है.
Oh, happy birthday to your son, Asha ji.
Amit, happy birthday to him. And he also had a beautiful gift a few days before his birthday. Like I was blessed with beautiful James a few days before my birthday. And he was blessed with his son a few days before. So that's a very...
oh, wow.
Thank you, Jasmine ji. I think you're Savi's sister, right? Jasmine Soni, if I'm not mistaken. She says we need more people like Veena ji. Thank you.
Yes, we certainly do. Okay, so I'm going to just go live on my TikTok account. If anybody follows me there, it's Queen's Curry Kitchen. I'm just going to do a quick introduction and then we will get right to the recipe.
I just want to say quickly, we're going to do an Indian Tex-Mex fusion.
Now,
this can be on your मदर्स डे के लिए वैसे भी किसी दिन भी कर सकते हो, ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन दिस इज स्पेशल फॉर मदर्स डे and it can be for your brunch or for your lunch or whatever you like to do,
Absolutely.
whatever you like. So here it is. I'll give it to you, Nupur. So
Thank you. So let me just do a quick introduction on TikTok as well, and then I will flip the camera so you all can see what's going on in the pan. Good morning from sunny New York, and welcome to everybody that is tuned in right now. We are going to make a brunch dish. I don't think it's a secret anymore that Tex-Mex is my favorite kind of food. And then if you're Indian, you want to bring some of that spin into your Tex-Mex food. And so the recipe that I am going to make today involves chipotle peppers, it involves paneer, which is the Indian cottage cheese, and it involves some basic ingredients, some from the supermarket. There's nothing exotic that you cannot get easily. Everything is easily available. So we are going to jump into making paneer fajitas, okay? So let me just quickly familiarize you with the ingredients. The first thing we're going to need is chipotle peppers. These come in a can, and usually it's a big red dry pepper soaked in vinegar. All I've done is run it in the blender and made it into a smooth paste.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing. Then I have paneer, which is easily available in all Indian grocery stores. And I've cut it into these kind of matchsticks. You can make them smaller or bigger. Then I have some white onions that I've sliced like this for the fajita. I am going to be using some green peppers. You can use a combination of green and red and orange and yellow. Nowadays you get all these colors, so it's really wonderful. This is pepper season. For the flavoring, I am going to use a taco seasoning blend. It comes in mild and hot and low sodium. So if you're watching your sodium, then you can definitely use a low sodium version. Okay, so welcome to everybody that is tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending this morning with us. I'm also going to add jalapenos. If you are Indian, I think you will probably have fresh jalapenos in your fridge. I don't like to eat too much heat, so I always go with these because these are pretty much tempered down with the vinegar. I'm going to use store-bought jalapenos. I am going to use some salsa to give a little body to the sauce that I'm going to be creating. And this is the thing that helps the chipotle mix to stick to the paneer pieces.
Okay.
And if you like a little smoky flavor, you can use a very basic barbecue sauce, or you can use the drops of liquid smoke. Okay. Alongside, I will be serving tortillas that are also store-bought. There is nothing exotic. Anything and everything that you see here is very easily available in all grocery stores. Now, usually fajitas are a little bit smaller than this. This is a tortilla. Fajitas are a little bit smaller. But I think essentially, if you focus on how to make the filling with the paneer, you can literally use this paneer filling for sandwiches. You can use it for wraps. You can use it to put on a bed of lettuce and some, rice and beans. You can make a grain bowl out of it. It's a very versatile recipe. If you eat meat, chicken, fish, beef, whatever, you can also make the same thing with beans or fish or chicken, whatever it is that you like. Okay, so without any further ado, I am going to turn your attention to the pan. Even the garlic that I'm using is actually store-bought. Look, there's no rocket science. So this could be a really quick weeknight dinner. As long as you have these ingredients in your pantry, you should be able to whip it up without any problem. Okay, I'm just going to, Vinaji, is the view is good?
Yes,
I hope.
yes, I can see. We
Okay.
can see it.
Perfect. So I'm cooking with light olive oil, and you can cook with any oil of your choice. Just don't use the extra virgin olive oil because it doesn't lend itself to high heat. So avoid that. And I'm using a non-stick pan. Do stick around till the end of the video, because as we get towards the end of the video, I will also show you a store-bought drink, and I'll show you how to give it a very sexy makeover to pair perfectly with your Tex-Mex food. Okay, wow. So the first thing that goes in is some garlic. Let's get the last bits of this. Don't waste anything, right?
Right.
My mom says, don't waste anything. Get in there and get it out. Okay. So you know how moms always teach you how to save money, not be wasteful. When I got married, the difference between the way my mother used to cut vegetables and the way my mother-in-law used to cut vegetables was totally different. My mother-in-law would wash the rice and half the rice would be in the sink.
Oh.
Very different from what my mother used to do.
Yeah, there's
everybody. So the onions are going to go in first. I don't want to make it too heavy on the onions, even though I have to give it the time to caramelize. So make sure you have a pan that can take on high heat. If you have a Chinese wok, that's even better. You can also do this on a cast iron pan.
Let me ask you a quick question. Now,
Yes.
let's in your house, you don't have the white onions. Can you use the other one, the red ones?
You can use the red or yellow, but for the fajita, it is customary to use white ones.
Right.
If you don't have them, then go ahead and use the red ones.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't have.
Yeah, you can use the yellow onions, you can use the Spanish onions, you can use the white onions because they char very beautifully.
Yeah.
And then you can see the char on it, right? So you can use, you can do this on your grill pan, you can do this on your electric skillet. You can also do this. You can also do this on a cast iron pan, and I'll show you. So when we say to stir fry something or to allow it to come in contact with the surface, basically if your pan is nice and hot and you just let it be, it's going to acquire a nice caramelization, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So for all the people that are watching, do feel free to share this page so that more and more people can, do this or get a sense of how we do Indian fusion Tex-Mex. This is totally a recipe that I concocted from my head only because I love both cultures and both flavor profiles. If you have any other recipes that you want to recommend,
yes, please do let us know.
then, let us know. We'll be happy to make it on another live video. We're constantly looking for new ideas. Now, you can see the onions are actually gathering color. You'll see like they're getting caramelized. And you'll also know from the aroma that it's getting the color. Take a look. Right? So they are going to get caramelized. They are going to get charred. And you'll see there's like a little brownness that's going to come on the edges of the onion. So that's how you know they're getting charred. Now is the time to put in some of the green peppers. Not all, just some of them. This is to infuse the flavor. And these are the ones that are going to soften up because they're being added first. Right?
Right.
Let me just grab a spoon really quickly. I do have a migraine today, so pardon me if my volume of speaking is a little low, because sometimes it affects the way I talk and affects the way I see. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add. Now you see they continue to brown as we speak.
Right.
And then the peppers also infuse a beautiful flavor into the pan. Now we're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of salsa to begin. The store-bought salsa, you can use mild, medium, hot, whichever one you have in your pantry. No big deal. No hard and fast rule. I am going to go ahead and add this chipotle blend. It comes in a can. So wherever you see the aisle where you get the beans and whatnot, you'll see this can of chipotle peppers. It's usually an orange can. And depending on how hot you want it, now in goes the paneer.
Oh.
I am making this 1 portion, right? So remember what I said about the salsa helping to coat the paneer pieces? You can see that because of the salsa and the little bit of liquid effect that it has, it really helps to coat the pieces of paneer. Now, paneer, like any other cheese, is very bland. It has no taste of its own, and it is not salted. So anybody that's not familiar with paneer, that's your paneer 101. It's not salted. So whatever you add, the smokiness of the chipotle is insane.
Wow.
You may not even need the barbecue sauce. But if you like that hint of sweet to balance the spiciness, you can use that. I just added the taco seasoning blend and I eyeball everything. This taco seasoning blend has salt, it has garlic powder, it has cumin powder, it has tomato powder, and onion powder. So all of this, when it comes together, you just know from the aromas that are coming from your pan that, oh my God, this smells insanely good, right?
Right.
Now we have to cook the chipotle peppers because you don't want any raw peppers or any raw powders or any raw seasoning to go in your belly. I am going to give it a squeeze of lime.
Wow.
Oh, it smells so good in here. Like if you want to do this brunch for your girlfriends or for your mom or for your aunties or your mom and your grandmother, this is the recipe to make. It's the quickest thing that you can do. It requires practically no skill, right? Just give it a quick toss.
Yes. And you just put in there, was it coriander? You just put it?
I just put some cilantro and I squeezed a little bit of lime juice.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add some jalapenos. I'm using store-bought jalapenos. You can use fresh jalapenos, green mirchi, whatever you have, and just put a little bit of the juice. So this is like that fire that you taste, but
Right.
because of the vinegar, the jalapenos are pretty toned down, right?
That's true. That is true.
So we are going to continue to cook this for a brief second. Now, paneer does not melt like any other cheese. So that's really good. It pretty much holds its shape.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are just going to let it simmer for a few seconds. And while that happens, I am going to jump to the drink that I was going to show you. So this is pretty much done. If you want, you can sprinkle a little bit of water in the pan to create some steam within which the paneer can actually become softer, and also to deglaze the pan a little bit. But this should not be watery, right? So if you're doing it on your grill, just watch out for the grill marks and you'll be done. But this sauce, I'm telling you, is everything. Like the flavor of the chipotle, oh my God. So if you were to do like chicken breast with the chipotle sauce, you can do that. If you want to do fish with the chipotle sauce, you can do that. You want to do grilled shrimp with chipotle sauce, you can do that. Beans with chipotle sauce, you can absolutely do that, okay? So trying not to overcook anything, and yet we're going to steam it for a few seconds. And I'm going to turn the heat to low medium. Okay, so any questions so far? This is going to steam for a few seconds.
My question is, so what you just said was that instead of the paneer, you can add
yes, instead of paneer, you can add chicken, you can add lamb, you can add beef, you can add beans, you can add tofu. If you don't eat paneer, if you don't do dairy, there's so many options. The main thing to capture the flavor of is the chipotle sauce and how we mix it with the taco seasoning and the ready-made salsa. Everything is store-bought. I did not do anything except for slicing the onions and the red peppers and the paneer. That's all I did.
So you bought you made the chipotle sauce yourself, right?
No. It comes in a can, but it comes like a huge, it comes as a huge red pepper that's dried and soaked in the vinegar.
Okay.
And then when you just put it in the blender, this is what you get.
And Ramaji is asking, where do we get the chipotle sauce? I think Chipotle store,
all the supermarkets have chipotle peppers in a can.
All
supermarkets.
Yeah, okay.
So Ramaji, I think, lives near King Cullen. So King Cullen has it, Food Bazaar has it, Pioneer has it. All the supermarkets have chipotle in a can. So you could definitely get it there. Okay, so this is what the recipe is looking like. And we are just giving it a few seconds to steam so that it can develop the flavors. And you can see how it's steaming and bubbling right now. Right. If you have corn kernels, you can add that to this. And as soon as you lift the cover, you actually smell the chipotle. You'll actually feel like you've come to some very high-end Tex-Mex restaurant south of the border. It has that kind of a feel. Now, if you want to serve this just as an appetizer, you can basically just get a big bowl, put all of this in the middle and surround that with chips and salsa. And that could be, but for that, you would have to cut the paneer pieces a little bit smaller.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes. If you want to use this for sandwiches, you can do that as well. If you want to use it for wraps, you can leave it at this size. Now, see, after steaming, I'll show you how soft the paneer gets. It's just super soft.
Yeah. Nupur, can we eat this with rice?
Yes, you can eat this with rice. If you make rice and beans on the side, or if you just make basmati rice and you want to do like a chipotle paneer bowl, you put some lettuce, you put your rice and beans, and you put this, and then you put your sour cream, you're good to go.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Right? And I'll also show you sometimes, when you're presenting it, if you want to present it in the cast iron skillet in which you make it, just take some store-bought cheese. And this is really like a fudge recipe. This is in no way like an authentic Mexican recipe. I don't have the skills or the time to do that, but this really, sometimes you have that crave and it really hits the spot. And you just add the cheese a little bit and you put the cover. So then that gives the cheese the time to melt. And so when you make the presentation, the cheese is nice and melted.
Right. That looks good.
And then you can just turn off the heat. This is done. Like it's done. It's like super short. Thank God I picked a quick recipe today because I do have a migraine. But that's that. So it's already done. You can serve it inside the skillet. You can serve it on like a pretty plate. You can serve it in a chips and salsa bowl. You can serve it on a pretty platter like this in the middle and then put all the chips on the side. You can do so many things with this, right? So you
Right.
can just literally make it your own.
That's true.
Now, while this sits for a minute, I am going to jump to how I make the drinks that go with this.
Right.
And I'm just going to move this over here. I think this is the place where your focus is. So I think you can capture it from here very well and see really nicely what's going on. Okay, so to make the drink, I'm not doing anything exotic. Let me show you what I use. I use things from the supermarket. This is Turkey Hill lemonade. You can use a mango nectar. You can use a tropical drink that comes, in the supermarket, very readily available.
What is the lemonade? This is lemonade flavor?
This is lemonade. Yeah, I'm using lemonade. You can use any drink that you like, but try to go for tropical flavors like mango or guava or whatever. Veena, do you remember when we went to Bar, they had that guava drink? That's a ready-made drink that you get, and then you just spike it up with all the add-ons and make it look pretty.
Okay.
Okay, so the thing that I'm going to use to add flavor to this, and this is going to be non-alcoholic. I don't consume alcohol, so I'm just showing you the non-alcoholic version. If you like alcohol, definitely add a shot of tequila to this. It can really make your day. This is tahine, which you get very easily in all supermarkets. You get it in Aldi, you get it in King Cullen. You also get it in Costco. It's called tahine.
Tahine.
Yes,
Okay.
and this is sprinkled on fruits and chamoy, and like the mangoes that you get on the side of the road, which has all the spicy stuff. This is that spicy stuff that's on those mangoes. So you're gonna take this, you're gonna add a dash of this to your lemonade.
Ramaji is asking, how about margaritas?
Yes, well, you can just add frozen ice to this and create a slush. So get a margarita mix and then add the slushy and then run it in the blender.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a glass, but I want to make this glass look really pretty, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a little plate and we'll put good old sugar in this.
Oh.
Then we're going to add tahine to this.
Mm-hmm.
So tahine is like, salty, sour. It's almost like the chaat masala of Mexican street food.
I see. Okay, good to know.
Right?
Yeah.
And I put it on everything. I put it on my salads. I put it on my cucumbers. I put it on everything.
And this is also
So
available.
just give it a good mix.
It's available next to the all the Mexican stuff?
Everywhere. Wherever you get all the Mexican seasonings
Okay.
and you get the taco seasoning, you'll see the tahine. And if you can't find it anywhere, just call me. I'll bring it to your house or Amazon.com.
Yes.
Then you're going to take a pretty glass and you're going to take the end pieces of a lime.
Oh, okay. Then you're going to put it
This
around.
is how they do it in the restaurants. And I'm just going to, and sometimes it could be a very basic drink, but you just make it look pretty. And you just rub the rim of this glass with the end piece of the lime. I haven't poured the drink yet, okay? It's just the glass. You do that. And then you wipe your hands. And then you take this rim and you dip it into this.
Oh, okay. So then you get that.
This is how they do it, right? Like you often wonder, like, how do they make it so pretty and how do they do these rims? This is how they do it.
Then you can't drink with a straw. You have to drink it by the glass, right?
Oh, you have to drink it by the glass because then you get the sweet and the salty together, right?
Exactly. No straw.
Yeah, so that's the fun of it. And then this is your good old lemonade from the store, nothing fancy. Just pour it right in there. If you're going to do ice, put ice cubes. Fill this up. And then float like a little orange, a little lime. If you want to put it on the side, you can. If you want to just deck the side with a slice of lime, you can do that. There you go. It's really just very simple. And you top it up with ice cubes. You could have colored ice cubes. You could have ice cubes made with the same lemonade so that it doesn't dilute the flavor. Right? So if you're serving one kind of drink and you don't want to dilute the flavor, then just make the ice cubes with the same beverage that you're going to be serving. So when you pop the ice cubes, you don't lose color and you don't lose the saturation and
one
the taste.
quick review of this recipe one more time.
Sure.
You got the lemon. You got the store-bought lemonade flavor. That's what you have.
Any lemonade, any tropical juice, whatever you like. Yeah.
You can get mango. You can get whatever you like. Guava.
Absolutely.
And then what did you add on? You added
I just made the rimmed glass with the salt and the tahini, with the sugar and the tahini.
Okay.
And then I rubbed the glass rim with the lime, and then I dipped the rim into this, and I created this.
Drink.
You can also do this with colored sugar. So depending on whatever holiday you're celebrating, let's say you're doing Christmas, so you can do red and green sugars and you can create that. If you're doing Hanukkah, you can do blue and gold sugars and you can dip it. So any drink that you want to serve, you can really make it festive. You can customize it if you're doing a birthday party or a bridal shower and there's a color theme going for that. Just get the sugar of that color or then use sugar with food coloring and create the rims to match the color story that you have going on for the event.
That would look beautiful.
I'm just going to take some comments here. Hello, Tim. Good morning. How are you? All the people that are tuned in, thank you so much. So this is our drink that's going to go with our paneer fajitas. And now I'm going to plate them and show you what it looks like. So here's our drink. Cheers. Anyone and everyone who's dreaming of margaritas this morning. Ramaji, we know you're in that club.
Yeah. Okay. So just to spike it up, you can also add tequila, you said, right?
You can add tequila. You can add whatever hard liquor you like.
Vodka, if anybody likes.
Vodka, yeah. So here, this is the cheese after it melts.
Oh, wow. Looks delicious.
Right. So it's an amazing texture when you go to like all these fancy restaurants and they want to charge an arm and a leg. They really haven't done much. This is all they do.
I mean, the restaurants, if you go to the nice for a nice dinner these days.
You know how expensive nowadays Tex-Mex is? Like it's just.
Things have gone up so much.
They really have.
It's unbelievable.
Right. So this is our fajita.
Wow. Really, it's mouth watering. I really have to say that.
Come on over. Anybody that's craving this right now, come on over. I personally also like to use a lot of red peppers because I feel like they add so much color and so much interest to the food. So, you know,
the peppers are kept,
you can always make it interesting by adding like charred pineapple.
Right,
you can do interesting things by adding corn on the cob. You can add different things to this, corn kernels. So pretty much just go with what your family likes and follow that.
Nupur, the peppers are the capsicum, right?
Yes, the green bell peppers, capsicum, what we call in Hindi, in Indian.
Right, capsicum.
English.
I know.
So, and then these I'm going to chop finely and I'm going to sprinkle on top.
Oh.
You know, just to add the extra color.
Ramaji Carrier, she can come right now. She's free.
Please, Ajao, please come. I'll feed you. It'll be my pleasure. Come over. I have the drink also and I have the food also.
Wow, all ready for you.
Yeah, come.
Recipes.
Okay, so this is so when you add them in the end, you have that fresh crunch that you get.
Right.
Right. And then you have the cilantro.
Cilantro looks amazing in everything, all the dishes.
Yeah, everything. And you know, if you don't like cilantro, you can leave it out. More lime. And usually fajitas are served alongside this. So basically what you would do is you would get a nice roti box like this.
So you put it in the wrap by those fajita wraps, or you just
when you serve fajitas, you actually serve everything separately and people literally make it their own depending on how much they want to add.
True. That is true. Yes.
Yeah, and so you just put this here and then you add all of these, take them out of the bag and put them in here, and then you serve it alongside. So you cover these and then you serve it alongside.
Right, okay.
So, and with tongs or whatever, and then with all the condiments. So if anybody wants to add more cheese, if anybody wants to add anything, they absolutely can. Okay, so these roti boxes will very soon be available on my website, by the way.
Wow, very nice.
So that's how we do it. It's not that complicated. You can do it for your mom. You can do it for your grandmother. And if you want to serve it with chips, you can serve it with Doritos. If you want to make a sandwich or a sub with this, you just take your foot-long bread, you add all your sour cream and salsa and whatever. Good to go. But basically, I feel like it's so well seasoned and so well balanced in the taste that you don't need a whole lot of things to add on. A little sour cream is always great, but it's so well balanced that you don't need a whole lot of things going on in order to do justice to this.
That's true.
Right? So that's our recipe for today. And of course, I cannot leave without a taste test, right? So if you liked what you saw, definitely take a moment and follow our page on Facebook,
Yes.
on TikTok, wherever you found us, follow us. It's Queen's Curry Kitchen on TikTok and Queen's Curry Kitchen. Tim says I'll be over in an hour. Yes, come on over. Get on the train, Tim. Hi, Savvy. Hi, Gussie. Hi, Tim. Good morning, Marvin. How are you guys today? So this is ready to go. I'm just gonna take a bite of it. You can't end this without a taste test.
And over here we have all these people too.
Drooling.
Ramaji, we have Jasmine from India. Sorry, from Canada. And we have Aparna from London. And then we also have Dolly Ji from right here.
Beautiful.
Not too far from you, your neighbor. And then we also had Anna Anand. Then we have, I just saw.
Sabby is from the Bay Area, so she's already on the TikTok live.
Oh.
So cheers, Sabby. Thank you for taking the time. I know it's super early over there, but
yeah, Asha Ji be here.
Decided to come hang out with us.
And my aunt is from India. She joined.
Oh, nice.
Kiran Ji, I think is Ramaji's cousin. She's here. Dolly, Asha Ji. There are a lot of people watching.
I'm telling you, lemonade never tasted this good.
Ah.
So if you have mint, if you have basil, you can add all of that in here. You can add mint leaves. Nowadays, people just add an entire sprig of mint into the glass, especially if it's a tall glass.
I've seen that.
You can do that. Yeah. So this is really the best way to spike up whatever you have going on to give it a makeover. It's regular store-bought lemonade, but nobody needs to know, right? So good presentation. And I always talk about like presenting the food nicely because you always eat with your eyes first. And then if you go to a Mexican restaurant, even to get this kind of a portion, you'd probably be spending like, $40, $45. And fajitas are sold by the pound. The texture of the paneer, because of the steaming process that we did afterwards, is really nice and soft. It melts in your mouth. I did not add any salt to this recipe, as you may have noticed, because the taco seasoning already has salt. And I like my food to be a little bit low on the salt. But if you feel like, hey, it's not salty enough, you should always check for your liking and, calibrate it to suit your taste buds. The vegetables are nice and soft.
Yeah, no, because
they're caramelized. This is nice and crunchy. Yeah,
because when you steam them, they become nice and soft after steaming.
It's crunchy. It is spicy for me. I don't do heat at all. So it is spicy for me. But just the smokiness of the chipotle peppers is such a unique flavor. You're going to love this. You can even do this thing with mushrooms and you're going to love it too.
And also, do you think it's spicy because of the jalapeno peppers?
Yes, we have jalapenos, we have chipotle pepper.
Right.
All of that went in. So it is definitely spicy. If you like a little more salt, definitely check for salt before taking it off the flame. But it's really, really an easy dish. You can make it ahead if you're entertaining. Make it ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then before serving, just add the cheese and put it in the oven. Let all the cheese melt. It's perfect. And everybody can make their own. If you want to serve, if you make a taco station, everybody can serve their own hard shell or soft shell tacos and make it their own. So it definitely saves you a lot of time in the kitchen if everyone's, doing their own. Like if you have a taco station, it's really a great way to get some load off of yourself in a party, right? So take the time to entertain. Don't be afraid of putting together simple things that work. And I'm here to give you all the shortcuts to make entertaining super easy.
My quick question is from my side now. Question is, now, when you make this thing, like, let's say you're having a brunch. Now, this is one of the items. And then, of course, fajitas or the tacos goes with that. And this drink, what else can we have? Like, make it a nice brunch.
So you can do chips and salsa.
Right.
Which is pretty much store-bought. You don't really have to do much. Right. You can make a corn and a cheese dip. And I do that a lot. That's also from like store-bought ingredients. So basically, you're just gonna buy one of these cheese jars, okay? You see this?
What kind of cheese is that? Like a dry?
It's like a cheese whiz. It's like a liquid cheese.
Oh. Okay.
Or cheese whiz.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Yes.
Right? So this will be right next to the salsa. So this is the cheese dip. And then what you do is you buy a bag of frozen corn.
Oh.
Right? And you either steam the corn in your microwave Or then you can put in a can of corn. That's fine too. Whatever you have works. And then you just combine these two, add a little bit of salsa and add a little bit of jalapeno, and your cheese dip is ready. I also make a cilantro creme in which I use sour cream, I use cilantro, and I use jalapenos and garlic. So it's almost like a green chutney, but it has that sour cream tang to it, and you add the lemon juice. So Tim is saying his nephew is watching and he wants to try. Oh, wow, send him over. Come with him. Right, so you can do all these dips and really create a nice station. Plus you can do like a big pot of beans from just canned beans, so beans like this that come in a can.
Kidney beans a lot they use, right?
Yeah, so you could do black beans, you could do pinto beans, you could do black beans, whatever your family likes. And it's really easy to cook the beans because these beans are already cooked. What I do is I just saute some onions, I add some salsa, and I add taco seasoning to the beans, and I just let it sit. And I drain out the liquid because I don't want it watery. That's what I do. Or then you can buy, the ready-made rice and beans boxes and just make that in your pressure cooker. So you basically set up a station, then you can do all the lettuce and lettuce and two different kind of cheeses.
Some people like the fajita, some people like the rice.
Oh yeah, somebody likes the taco, somebody likes the fajita. You can do chicken quesadillas.
Yes. That's it.
You can do rice and beans. You can do tomato rice and beans, like tomato rice, the Spanish tomato rice. You can do things like that go together. Or you can do, Mexican pakora. So you can do corn fritters.
Oh.
Yeah, corn fritters with like a salsa dipping sauce or something. So there's so many ways to make it your own. Or you can use those big chile rellenos, the big green chilies. You take that and you dip it in the egg batter and you deep fry it. So that's really nice when you put the filling inside. So there's many ways to do this. You can do like a shrimp, shrimp tenga, where you have a tenga sauce, where you have roasted tomatoes, green tomatoes, and red chilies, and you roast on the stovetop, and then you just churn it in the blender with onions and garlic, and that's the sauce, and you cook it down. So there's many ways to stay in the same flavor profile, but still do different things. So think of mushrooms, like let's say if your main attraction is a chicken dish. So think of mushrooms as a side. Think of lime, think of if you go to Chipotle, what do you see? You see like the cilantro lime rice, right? So just take plain rice after cooking, let it cool, and then add cilantro and lime zest to that rice, add salt. So it becomes a flavorful rice. So there's so many ways to do it, and people can mix and match it and make it their own. But if you have like a Tex-Mex feast, then basically a good appetizer, this whole thing in the middle as your main, and then a really good dessert. That's all you need. You don't need a whole lot of things going on because these little components, they bring so much flavor of their own that you can actually, create an entire combination of so many things just based off of pulling from the different elements that are there on the table. And if it is a brunch, you can also do eggs. So huevos rancheros. So how you do that is you take the eggs, you poach them or fry them, however you like them, and you put the chipotle sauce at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
You can also take this chipotle sauce and add it to store-bought mayonnaise. And then it becomes a chipotle aioli. Yeah, it's called an aioli. So you can add that to mayonnaise, you can add that to sour cream. So just think like it's just a flavor profile that you have that you can play with.
And also there's all Mexican theme. I mean, the theme is all.
Yeah, it's all Tex-Mex, it's all south of the border. You can do whatever you want to make it your own.
We just had the Cinco de Mayo a few days ago.
Yes, Cinco de Mayo. Yes, we just had that. So, if that's something that you want to celebrate this weekend on an extended way, then go for it and do it. So there's so many ways to do this, and if you're thinking like, oh, everybody in my family likes chicken or they don't eat too many vegetables, then maybe your main dish could be a chipotle chicken fajita dish. And then around it, you could do like a side of mushrooms. You could do, tossed beans and things like that. So everything is it works together, but it also works independently. So if you have a vegan in the group or you have a vegetarian person, they can do the beans and the mushroom and the fajita, the wrap, and they'll be fine. If you have someone who loves chicken but hates mushrooms, has allergy to mushrooms, they can do the chicken, they can do the beans, the rice, the tortilla. If you have someone who's gluten-free, they can eat everything except for the tortilla. So there's always options for different people that are coming to your gathering. Yeah.
So Kumlesh is asking, first she said mirchi pakora, long ones with like a mirchi pakora type. And now she's asking, what kind of dessert do you suggest after all this?
With this, you can do like like Italian ices, you can do that. because it really cleanses your palate. If you've had spicy food, you just want to cleanse your palate. So you can do like a lime sorbet. You can do a key lime pie. You can do Italian ices like tangerine or mango, which is kind of still keeping in theme with, you know, the tropical flavors that we're going for. You can do coconut sorbet. You can do gelato, you know, things that are in that nature that will really cleanse your palate. Fresh fruit tarts. You can do things like that, which are really just a nice cap off to what you just ate. And you can do fruit tarts. You could do gelatos, sorbets. You could do sorbet is a great palate cleanser. Like you eat that and you're done. And then you have like a nice hot, maybe like a Mexican hot chocolate or something with cookies or whatever towards the end of your meal. It's really a great cap off. You do a cup of coffee with like a nice creamer on top or cinnamon cream on top. It's a really good cap off. So, you know, depending on what time of day it is, what are you serving, what else goes with it. And of course, chai. If you're Indian, then chai goes with everything. So just serve, you know, chai ice cream on top of everything else.
Chai ice cream, okay.
Right? So you can do chai ice cream.
Chai ice cream, yeah. No, I mean,
or banana custard with bananas. You could do custard with bananas and cinnamon. You could do rice pudding with cinnamon. So there's like a whole lot of, you know, try to stay within the same flavor toolkit and see like what would you go for if you ate this light of a meal or this heavy of a meal, like what would you prefer? And so always have like a fruit option, especially if it's a big gathering, because not everybody likes sugar, but they want something sweet. So maybe have a dessert that's made with dates or fruits. Or have something that's a simple sorbet that's made with monk fruit sweetener. If you're buying store-bought, then it gets kind of hard because you're just tied down to whatever is available. But just have, you know, a platter of fresh fruits with cream or something, or maybe cream on the side. Or even, you know, like a citrusy fruit chart. So fruit with the tahini and lime sprinkled on it. It's a great dessert.
That's true. And then just plain fruit also can be, you know, that's
absolutely. Plain fruit is great. Plain fruit is always
they can add whatever they want on top. They want to add something.
Exactly. So you could do little fruit tartlets, you know, with little fruit, with glazed fruit and apricots and whatnot. That's really a good finishing touch. So you have the dessert table and little fruit tartlets are ready. Chocolates are great, you know, to just end the meal. Any kind of chocolates with like a center filled or a citrus chocolate is really great to end the meal, because you've already had all these, you know, smoky and hot cumin flavors, and then you just want to cap off with like a citrus chocolate. All of that are great ideas. Or then a fizzy, like a nice fizzy dessert, like a limoncello or something, which is just, you know, citrusy. And
anybody has any questions here, we can please ask.
Gets you ready for the rest of the day.
So I would say the recipe is amazing. It's such a, and you know, like it's right.
So easy. Like it's so, if after this someone says, oh, I don't know what to make, my mom is coming over or my friends are coming over and I don't know what to make, like I would really fight with you, because this is like a no-brainer. Even a kid can make this. It's really not that hard.
Even the drink is so sounds really delicious.
Yeah, it's just so simple to do. Like even if you don't have anything, if you want to do this with Sprite, do it with Sprite. But like just do something, you know, don't just sit there. You can do this with Sprite. You can do this with Mountain Dew. You can do this with 7-Up. There is no excuse to not serve it and make it look pretty, right? So if you have mint and basil, you can do it.
Mint and basil, yeah, that's a good.
Either mint or basil. Don't put both. But if you want to do a basil lemonade, then you just add the basil. If you want mint, then just add the sprig of mint, or add a mint leaf on the top. It'll float very nicely. So that would be really nice.
Yeah, sometimes when you go and get a drink, they have mint and.
Yeah, those drinks are like $9 and half of it is just ice.
No. And they put a little round cherry or something in it too, right?
Yeah, they put a maraschino cherry, or they'll put like fresh raspberries.
Yeah, they put that in, and they make it nice. And
$9. You have $9? Give me $9. I'll take the $9.
And they do the same thing. The bartenders, they do the same thing.
I keep getting asked, like, why don't you make another ebook with Tex-Mex flavors? And I'm like, okay, maybe that's the next one that I'm going to do, because I get so many requests about these fusion recipes that I do. So that might be the next book. In the meantime, all the other books are
let our audience, Nupur, let our audience know what are the books you have. So if they're interested,
so all the books are on the website. The website is queenscurrykitchen.com. If you go into the online shop, you're going to see masala chai, which is on sale. You'll see spice boxes. You will see spice blends that you can see. that are for sale. You will also see a lot of ebooks that are for free, for download, instant download. There is a free chana masala recipe download that you can get from my website. If you scroll down, it'll say download the chana masala recipe. Put in your email ID and it's going to come right to your mailbox. Same thing with the books. As soon as you buy the thing and the purchase is complete, it instantly comes to your mailbox and you're able to open the book and you're able to download it on your iPad. You can print it. I would just request that please don't forward those downloads because, you know, those are copyright material and we don't want anybody and everybody to have access to it if they haven't paid for it. So that's my only request. Please be judicious and, you know, autonomously do the right thing. I currently have books on the vegan Indian home, which are vegan Indian recipes that are by default made in my home. All the pictures that you see in all of my books are pictures that I've taken myself with food that I've created myself, which my family has eaten. So it's not like you're seeing a picture, but when you try to make the recipe, it doesn't come out a certain way, right? So whatever you see is what you get. You'll be able to create them with no problem at all. I try to not use too many exotic ingredients so that you shouldn't shirk away from giving it a try, right? So just if you want to try to break the ice, you want to try to explore Indian flavors, start with that chana masala recipe. You can't learn it in one day. You can't learn all the Indian recipes in one day. So start with the free chana masala recipe. If you like it, then you say, all right, you know what, maybe I'll just download this book, which has 9 recipes. So there is a book about all the breads, the Indian breads. There is another recipe that is with all the rice dishes. So you'll see the savory, the sweet, the desserts, you'll see all of that. Then there is a book on the restaurant curry secrets. So as you know, my family has 5 Indian restaurants in Manhattan, and I have shared the secrets of how we make the base sauces. So just like in French cooking, you have the base sauces, you have the bechamel sauce, you have the this or that. Same concept. I've taught you how to make the base sauces, and based off of those sauces, there are 2 recipes, 2 dishes that you can whip up based on those base sauces. You can also make those base sauces in big batches and put it in your freezer. So if you have unexpected guests or you have a busy weeknight, you can definitely get that flavor of takeaway food at your fingertips. It doesn't take very long to put together. So restaurant curry secrets. There is a book on the street foods of India where I teach you how to make the papdi chaat, the dahi bhalle, all of that, all the chutneys that go into the street foods. I'm teaching you, all the recipes are there. Everything is with measurements given there. You can absolutely replicate it. What else is there? Then I have a book called The Spice of Life, which basically is 5 basic spices that we use in Indian cooking. And it has cumin, it has saffron. So different spices are showcased, and based on every spice, there is a vegetarian recipe and a non-vegetarian recipe.
Wow.
So for the 5 spices, there are 10 recipes, and you can make, you know, depending on, it's an omnivorous book for flexitarian families. So if your family is half vegetarian, half non-vegetarian, get that book. Based on that one spice, you'll be able to make 2 recipes. You know, oftentimes you'll buy something and then you're like, well, I've used it for this recipe. What do I do with the rest of it? So that book is based on spices. So I've taken the top 5 spices. And that book has been co-authored by another spice monger who lives in Ireland. So it's a collaboration between him and me. He's done all the non-veg recipes and I've done the vegetarian recipes. So
Okay,
he's done the shawarma, I've done the kheer, you know, things like that.
Kamlesh is asking a question. Yes, you can ship. She wants to know if you can ship the masalas.
Yes, I ship the masalas everywhere. US shipping is absolutely free. So shipping within the US is free. You can order any of the chai masala. You can order the cardamom coffee. You can order any of the refills for your masala dabba. You can order the masala dabba if you want to give it as a gift to your mom or your aunt or someone. You can also order just the refills for the spices without the dabba. So either way, all those options are there. You just need to go on the online shop and see what options exist.
He just wanted to know what kind of masala. She just explained what kind of masalas she has.
Yeah, so the masalas that come with the masala dabba, you will get paprika, which is Kashmiri mirch. You will get coriander seed powder, which is freshly ground dhania powder. You will get garam masala, which is a homemade recipe from my dad's mom. So it's my grandmother's recipe of garam masala, and everything is ground from scratch. It's not store-bought masala. Then you will get kasuri methi in that little box, and you will also get Punjabi masala, which is almost like a Punjabi curry, kitchen king kind of a taste. So that's the Punjabi masala. So all of these masalas will come, and you'll get jeera seeds. So there are 7 compartments. You get
Yes.
the box intact, and then all the spices are in a little packet, and each packet is labeled. So when you open it, it's exactly measured to fill the ramekin inside the box.
Okay, so now this is all, if you go to the queenscurry.com website.
Queenscurrykitchen.com is the website. If you're watching me on TikTok, you can head over to the bio. The website information is on there, and that should take you to the online shop where everything is available, whether it's the masala box, whether it's the chai
Yes.
masala blend,
Right
whether
down
it's
over
the
here.
spice refill, whether it's the ebooks, everything is up for
So
sale.
Queen's Curry Kitchen. right?
Queenscurrykitchen.com.
Okay, I'm and
And
putting that.
definitely download the free chana masala recipe. It's really super duper easy. It has basically just 4 ingredients that you can get from the supermarket. It's not that complicated. And it could be a really good starting point if you're trying to explore Indian food.
Wow, so there's a lot to that. You can, you pick up everything from that website. whatever you-
Absolutely.
explain
And
everything.
also on the Facebook page and also on the YouTube channel, there are long form videos when I'm actually cooking something without editing anything out. It's actually in real time. So you'll know, okay, I have to saute the onions till
Right.
3 minutes or 5 minutes, or I have to saute the garlic for X number of minutes because I'm cooking alongside, right? If you want to take a class with me, all the class information is also on the website, queenscurrykitchen.com. Just go into classes. There is a class for every skill level. So whether you're an absolute beginner, whether you have intermediate kitchen skills, or whether you have advanced kitchen skills, there's definitely a class for you. If you don't see it there listed, then you can just ask, hey, I want to try to learn this, and like, can you teach me that? And it can be online, it can be in person. Of course, it'll depend on my availability and how much room I have on my calendar, but it's definitely
How often do you teach the classes? Like every week or something? Depends.
It really depends on my calendar. Like tomorrow I have I'm teaching a class for 400 people for a corporate company. Then on the 20th, which is a Friday, I'm teaching another class for 300 employees of all across the world, and they're all going to be tuned in through Zoom, and they will all be learning something. Then on Saturday, I have an in-person class in a high school that I'm teaching about 40 kids and their parents how to make aloo tikki. So it all depends on whether you're a group, whether you're an individual, but it'll depend on the availability of what I have on my calendar.
When you teach 400 people from a corporation, what do you really teach them? Like something basic or?
So last time because it's also Pacific Islander and Asian month, last week we taught salmon in garlic sauce and vegetable basil fried rice.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of them cook along and some of them just watch the demonstration. So all the employees have full freedom. They get the ingredient list beforehand, and if they want to cook along, they can. If they just want to sit and watch, that's fine too. When it's a one-on-one class, I prefer that you cook along so that I can see the progress you're making, and I can tell you along the way, this is how you need to do it. It needs to cook a little longer. Touch it and see, smell it and see, so it's more interactive. When it's a larger group, then I can't really control how many people are cooking along, even though I prefer that they do. But it's a lot of fun. Like some people will cook along and some won't, and then it's just nice to see how far they've come and how everybody's dish looks different. But in the end, they just love how it tastes, right? Because everybody's hands have a different taste.
I know, that's true. Everybody likes their own cooking too, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially when you're making it live, it's
Yeah,
fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. I think maybe DDG, we can do one like that. We can.
Yeah, we could do a paid class, and for DDG, I'll probably not do anything more than $25 for the class. I'm not trying to make any become a millionaire from teaching DDG classes. But if you really want to do an online class where everybody's plugged in and we're all cooking along, that would be really nice. I'm open to that. Just let me know what you want to learn and when. I teach a lot of Indian style Chinese food. I do teach Indian style Thai food. Of course, the basic Indian food is always there. A lot of continental stuff, Mediterranean food with an Indian twist. So anything that you want to know, we can definitely design a class for that.
Yeah, no, we can plan that. So I mean, let's see how once we get anybody. We'll write that in the put a presentation here. Who wants to join this class? Do let me know. Please do let me know. And
yes, so just drop it in the comments if you want to do a group class and you want me to design a class for you. You want to learn Mediterranean. I mean, it's the weather's warming up, so you wanted to learn Mediterranean dishes. You want to learn marinations for barbecues, like Indian style marinations, or you want to learn Tex-Mex. You want to see more of Indian style Chinese, Indian style Thai food, whatever it is that you find interesting. Maybe I'll create a poll and I'll send it to you, and then you can ask depending on what the response for the poll is. But it will be open only for a limited time, because we are going to cap off on how many people we're going to take on, and then just book your spot, pay for it, so that you won't miss out. So I'll definitely create that for you guys.
Okay, that sounds good. Great. And there was such a wonderful session. You taught us such a nice dish. And like I said, if some people join late and they didn't catch the whole recipe, please go back right from the beginning and listen to it. As a
yes, just catch the replay on Facebook, catch the replay,
catch the replay.
and spread the word. Let your friends know to follow this page. And it's just a chock-a-block full of value. I'm trying to spread the love for flavors. It doesn't necessarily have to be Indian food, even though that's what my roots are. But I love flavorful food from all over the world, primarily plant-based, but I also do, meat-based dishes. So if that's your interest, you're in the right place at the right time. Whoever was here today, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to sign off from TikTok, but I will stay live on Facebook with you. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Malik Kumar. Thank you, all the people that took the time to join me. Sabby, thanks so much. And Gussie, Marvin, thanks so much. I will see you again in the next live. Stay tuned to this page, follow this page, and don't miss out. I'll see you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.
I want to thank all the people who joined me. Ruchi Gaji is from India. She also joined my.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And this thing, we don't really have to be in the same country even. We can
No, you don't have to be in the same country. So most of the classes that I teach online, they were from, way back in September, we taught a modak making class for Ganpati. And half the staff was from India, half was from Europe, half was from America, and then Far East. So they were all scattered all over the world, and it was the employees of Vistaprint. So people are everywhere. If you want to learn, there's really no limit to.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Technology has made it very, very easy for us now.
This Zoom and this Facebook connection that we have.
Exactly.
We can do a lot of things. So if you let me know, whoever's interested, we can have a class. If
you want to do a group class, just drop it in the comments. Let Veena ji know so that we'll be able to design something for you.
Design something basic maybe from the beginning, and then we can do something once in a while. So
and you'll get the printed recipes, so you can actually go and buy the ingredients. If you want me to ship them to you, I'll create that option as well. Or maybe I'll just create an Amazon list and you just click on the shopping cart and get everything. We'll make it really easy for everybody, so you don't have to go out and look for stuff.
Yes. And also today's, like I just said, that today's recipe is right there. And if you missed it, please go back and listen to the whole program, and you'll see everything step by step, explained by Nupur, what to buy, how to do it, how to cook, how to saute, what to put, so the whole thing is right there. Please go back and listen if you didn't catch everything. Second time around, you always get it.
Yes, you can always make notes. You can always, pay attention to the details.
Wow, now you're really.
Class is over. You enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Great. Yeah, of course. So, we all are dying to make that drink. So if you want to know how to do that, please go back and catch the recipe again. It's very simple and very delicious.
Next time I'm going to teach you another drink that is made with Sprite, green limes, and white pepper powder.
Wow.
It is the most refreshing thing you'll ever drink. And those limes are actually churned with the skin and everything in the blender. Veena ji, you have not had anything like that before. If you come to my house next time when I do a brunch for you and Ramaji, which will be soon, I'll make that for you. It's so refreshing. Oh my God.
Really good.
I have to make that
especially nowadays, right?
Yeah, of course. It's like a blast of freshness. But I'll probably make it on one of the live videos so you guys can see it. Because everybody's looking for something nice to drink. You don't want it to be too sweet, yet you want it to be refreshing. And if you go for a second glass, you don't want to feel guilty about it. So I'll probably do that. But all you need is limes, you need Sprite, and white pepper powder. That's it.
Wow, sounds really good.
Yeah.
So we'll be catching you soon again for another recipe soon. Father's Day is not that far away too. So after 1 month of Mother's Day, right?
So maybe for Father's Day, we'll do like some kebabs or something,
Yeah, we'll do something like that because that's what they like to eat.
Because daddies like meat.
Yeah. So
they don't like the rabbit food.
So thanks, friends, for joining. Like I said, please go back and listen again if you haven't caught the recipe. It'll be a lot of fun. And don't forget to join us this coming Friday for Shukrana. It's going to be like a special Mother's Day. Whoever wants to join us, they're more than welcome. And thank you all for joining. And thanks, Nupur, for coming.
Thank you, Veena ji, for having me. Thank you to everybody that tuned in.
And, it will definitely be a lot of fun. And listen, I love to listen to you. And I don't know if I'm gonna try everything.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
If
try the
anybody needs a shopping list for whatever we just made, I will probably create it in Amazon and I will send it to Veena ji. So just click on the card, you'll get all the ingredients in your house.
Yes, please do. Because I want the list, and I will make that. Definitely, I will try.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'll send everything in an Amazon shopping list, and you just click on the cart and it'll just open the link from your Amazon page, and it'll just come to your house. Just put in your address, it'll come to your house.
Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here on Friday, same time, same place.
Thank you, Veena ji. Take good care. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye. Did you want to take a picture of the dish before we sign
Yes,
off?
I do. I didn't take
I know
any
you
picture.
always want to do that.
Let
Thanks,
me
everybody. Goodbye.
let me take a picture. I can close this live. Okay.